every video you make is costing you over 13 unnecessary hours. And that is time you or your team could be closing deals, serving clients, or just scaling your business. And it's a bottleneck that stops you from scaling your YouTube channel, and it drives your cost of acquisition through the roof. And I spent the last 5 years optimizing this, and it's the exact operational strategy we install companies to scale their revenue. And I've cut down this 15 hours process down to just 1.5 hours. So I will be showing you the exact workflow plus the AI tech stack I use to make YouTube profitable. And here's the workflow. So we simply follow this workflow. Everything is ordered by the most important thing and what you should focus first your time on, and also your thoughts. So everything starts, for example, with the idea. If the idea is bad, the whole video is going to fall apart. Doesn't matter, for example, how well your editing is. Same thing goes with then the content of the video. If the click is not there, so title and thumbnail are not there, the whole video will not be watched. So let's start with the idea. As I said, the idea, if the idea is bad, the whole video is gonna be broken. And we can use, for example, like nowadays we can use AI and we can use Perplexity. And I'm a little bit too big. I think that's good enough. Yeah. So we can use now AI to scan the whole internet to see what is working in your niche, what my competitors are doing, and what does my audience actually want, what they are saying maybe on online forums and not straight into my face. Obviously we can use lots of data then when we have sales calls, like all the internal data as well. But if it's the first time, we can create an action plan of 90 days of content. So that would be 12 videos if we post every week, just using Perplexity. And also you can find a very nice gold nugget as well. So this is then how it's going to look like after you're going to follow the whole prompt using Perplexity. So it's going from week 1 till 12. Those are 3 examples. So you can also have it as a list. It doesn't need to be a fancy dashboard. Here is the last one. And you can grab all this in the link down below in our community. That's where you can grab the whole training. This video is going to be too short, obviously, to go in depth into it. I also have a video for you afterwards. And here's the gold nugget I am telling you. It is, for example, we checked now. Here is a video from, for example, from Alex Hormozi. And I analyzed with this prompt the comments of the YouTube video. And I created then afterwards this dashboard. And then I can see like all the audience of him. They said, hey, how long does it take me? Or can I do this if I even like starting from 0? So all these things, and how long, how much content do I need to push out? So all these questions that he hasn't answered, I could make a new video on this. But obviously Alex Hormozi doesn't only post one video about this. We have many more competitors where we can go in there and check actually what is the audience saying, what they're missing, so that we can pick it up. And that's how we then can work on the idea. As I said, the 5 prompts probably going to take you around 5 minutes to do that. So instead of wasting hours scanning like yourself, like going through all these profile and what could be good, who is performing well, we can cut it down from 1.5 hours to just 5 minutes. So almost 1.5 hours saved. Cool. First 1.5 hours in the bank. So let's go then next to the click. As I said, if no one clicks, no one watches. That's the whole framework on YouTube. It's not just a content platform. It's not just a video platform. No, it's more like a click and watch platform, because people are so intentional. It's not like short form where people are just swiping and swiping. Just focus on yourself. If you're going on YouTube, you always notice like you need first the click to actually watch something. So we're now in the second part. Now we are focusing on the click. We need to stop the click. And one thing we can't do is just using AI. Do not do this. I know AI can do so many cool things. It can speed up the things, but it's not gonna look good. Here is a bad example. So I just used this one from Ramit Sethi, who is in the finance space. And I said, hey, ChatGPT, please make this video with my picture in it. If you don't know me, this might work. As soon you're going to click, you think like, okay, weird. But then there's also, I feel like AI has this it still kind of looks a little like plastic, you know, it kind of looks a little bit like Play-Doh. So don't do this. But what we still can do, or like what we still like instead, what you can do is like we can still use it smartly. So what I mean is, one thing is, for example, we can take inspiration. So if I'm seeing like, okay, Ramit has this burning house, what is there something I can do in my space? So we having, for example, in our community, a proven title in Thumbnail Vault, a Thumbnail Vault actually just now, with over 250 of these thumbnails. That's a quick snapshot how it looks like. So we can just go in there, it's like, which idea could I use for my next video? So I don't need to scan now YouTube. I always have this bank when I'm working on my title and thumbnail next. So then we can use, as I said, AI. So I like to use Gemini, which having now this code name called Nano Banana. You might heard about it, you might not know exactly what it is, but Nano Banana is just pretty much the generative image AI from Gemini, from Google's AI. And so here's how I kind of did it quickly. So we having on the left side was this inspiration. It's like, wow, what a stunning thumbnail. I was scrolling through YouTube, like this is my job, finding great title and thumbnails. I was like, wow, that made me click. I even watched this video, but nevertheless, so what we can take is I was like, okay, let's replace the ChatGPT broken logo with the broken YouTube logo. And then instead of like putting me in there, now I put AI in there. And then I could use this idea to say like, hey, how AI is destroying or killing the YouTube space. Something like this. I mean, now AI avatars are coming, everyone is just reading a script, you don't know anymore what is real, what is fake. I mean, short form is a little bit tougher, way tougher. Long form is still a little bit safe, but you know what I mean. But you don't need to go that extreme. What you can also just use simple elements. So here is, for example, from Alex Hormozi. He talked about which social media is best to attract leads, like to make money. So I was like, hey, I want to use the same grid. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. As you can see, I just took the exact same grid. Yeah, blame me. And then I put obviously my picture in it. Okay, it's not Alex. I don't need to ask AI to do this. So I just put a picture of me in there, which is a good thumbnail snapshot. And then we also, I also created all these boxes you can see there. I created them quickly through AI. So that's what I mean when we can use these elements to replace them, not just creating the whole picture from itself, because we still need to the human touch, and we need to know what a good layout is on YouTube as well. And that's how then we create. And now that we have the first, okay, something I forgot is sometimes we can also use AI for something that is so complex that I don't know how to make it. So best example was here. He is in our community as well, and he's talking about science and music. So in this example, as you can see, like, does this frequency of 432 hertz can heal? And so first on the left was the original one. I was like, okay, how could we create this like 432 hertz that is a frequency? And I had no clue. I just was a complete, lucky shot. I just asked Gemini how to do it and created me this image. It's like, yeah, we can use this now as like a pictogram, as a little bit reference image of like making things more clearer. And we can also could have put the music folk in there, but it was just the first idea to do that. And now, so from usually 1.5 hours statistically, we cut it down to 45 minutes because we don't need to go anymore to find now the proven thumbnail. We can just have this idea, like all the ideas there, and we can then fully focus on the production, create then elements that maybe took other people back in the days, hours or even days. We can also now create with AI, sometimes even a background, but yeah. Do not go too crazy. People see when it's like too fake. And there's also this thing that authenticity is winning. So some people, you can see some people, they have really just like screenshot of this of the frame where they are sitting, and then just maybe a text, maybe the face a little bit to the side, so they have more space for the face as well. And that's how we can save now 45 minutes. And now after we have the first part, we obviously have a second part of the click, which is the title. So we usually say the thumbnail makes them stop and the title makes them click. And yeah, I wasted back then hours, and it takes a lot of like rules and frameworks, and I put all my knowledge I gathered over the last 5 years and a complete library of over 500 successful titles into a GPT, which you can obviously also grab in our community. And this is going to help you. This is then how it's going to look like. It's going to ask you a few questions, or you just give it some info. Hey, I want to talk about this. Here's like the idea of the video, and then it's gonna spit out 15 ideas for you. Sometimes it's a huge hit. Sometimes you just need to re-roll it a few times. But yeah, we put all our knowledge we gathered the last 5 years into this tool, and our community members, they are loving it. They're saying, wow, it's amazing. Like, you don't need to think that hard anymore. You just don't shoot in the dark anymore. You have a much higher chance for people to click. And now from 30 minutes or even longer, like plus all my 5 years of knowledge and learning, we put it down now to 5 minutes, so another 25 minutes in the bank. So let's talk now then. After the people they click, we need the hook. So it's like 30 seconds long on YouTube, not like short form where it's 3 seconds long, big difference. But we need to prove now the viewer that they clicked on the right video and that this was not clickbait. So yeah, and let me tell you a quick story. So when I started the content creation, I loved YouTube. Like YouTube, I love YouTube. YouTube has so much potential. I like being on camera. I like to create content. But scripting was something I started to struggle a lot with. Like, it was just not for me. And my channel was about to hit, like, it was close to 1,000 subscribers after like 40 videos. I was starting to really procrastinate because of scripting. I just didn't like it anymore. And now, obviously, in this age, like especially like 5 years, I'm always trying to think, how can I make the things that are like uncomfortable, how can I take them out? And that's how I then created then also another tool, which is, I had all the frameworks already. I had templates which made things easier, but it was just like, still such a pain for me to create. Like, that was I like to create titles and thumbnails, ideas come in all the time. I like to be in front of camera, but scripting was the thing, like, that was yeah, I didn't like it that much. So this tool is going to then ask you, because it needs to obviously speak to your audience and needs to be very good. We need to show them that we are speaking to the right audience. So it's going to ask you, who is your audience? Then what is the transformation you are looking for in this video? And then also the stakes. So if they're not going to watch this video or not going to follow what you tell them, what is going to happen? And then last but not least, credibility, because at the end of the day, it's like, why should they listen to this random internet stranger? So this is then also, I have a tool, it gives you 3 different options. So one framework is also the one you might have heard of, Alex Hormozi. It's the Proof, Plan, Promise, very easy to follow. And the other ones are all following, it's like a 4-step hook, or like a 3.5-step kind of, if you take in the credibility out and in, depending on what video this is. And yeah, sometimes it's a hit because, hey, it's AI. Sometimes it's a hit or miss, you know, it's like we have this like 80 till 90%. And sometimes you can take like, hey, option 1, I like this sentence, and option 3 had this one sentence. So then you play a little bit of DJ. But this whole concept, this whole creating of this hook from 30 minutes, even with the frameworks, is now taking me like 10 minutes to really make it good. I should study a little bit better my hooks, but at the moment I'm a little bit time constrained. But yeah, still 20 minutes saved, and we still have a quality hook. Obviously, everything needs to have quality. And now let's go to the second part of the scripting, the rest of the video. So as I told you, I was working on my previous channel, and yeah, I was hitting almost 1,000 subscribers, and I had a video like 26,000 views, and it was amazing long form, and another few videos hitting all like 3,000, 2,000 videos. Like, wow, it's going well. And I had this other friend, he was having the same issues like of scripting, and it really took the fun for me out of it. And so this friend told me, like, he had the same problems. He said, like, yeah, so what I did was doing vlogs to become a better speaker in front of the camera, so we don't need all these, we don't need to read anymore. Especially if you're just reading, it's like, you know, it's like robotic, it's also a skill. It's not 100% me. Like right now, it's 100% me. I have my bullet points, which are on the slides, but it's still way more me. And I can speak much more freer, and sometimes if I have a new idea in the middle of the video, I can just say it. And also, if you're gonna book me for a call, for an event, whatever it is, it's the same me. So I don't need to read in front of a script, a teleprompter, whatever, it's 100% me. So yeah, but now, so I did now 30 days of vlogs. I never uploaded them. It was just to build the muscle with this camera, with this weird thing, just looking into the lens, to becoming more comfortable. And the other thing is, now what I do is I still want to have the guidance. I don't just want to yap in this video, because I need to respect obviously the time of every single video. We're all busy. So just had my idea, obviously, then had my title, my thumbnail, and my hook done, and then, okay, let's speak everything out into the microphone. So I was just speaking. I was just yapping about my idea, what I could say, what I not could say. And the good thing is now, because it is like transcribed, it has also the words I am using. So it's also my knowledge, because next step is then we using one of my favorite tools. It's NotebookLM. It's a free tool by Google. The cool thing about this is it's not hallucinating like with ChatGPT or Gemini, Cloud, whatever you want to call it. So it's 95% what I say, like what my voice is, my words, and not what ChatGPT thinks sounds better. Like I even tried to prep it before with ChatGPT, because it's like it's a little bit more creative though, and it was like put things in there. It's like, I never said this. Why the hell did you say that? So I started a whole fight. My blood was boiling because ChatGPT again was like, oh, I'm sorry, I made this mistake. I assumed, no, I didn't tell you. Or it's just let things up. Oh, sorry, I assumed it wasn't that nice. Well, it's nice for me to leave it in there, you know. So now I use NotebookLM, which does the job. I use this prompt. So if you want this prompt, take a quick screenshot or take a snapshot of the screen, but I'm going to read quickly through it. So pretty much it's just like, hey, I've recorded a short audio of my video idea. Please identify the key points and organize them in bullet points. It should help me to talk in front of the camera. And then also the title is. And then it spits out something like this. This is also how NotebookLM kind of looks like. I also have a full video on it as well on our channel, but I can't go too deep into this now. But then it spits me out all the bullet points, things that I said, and I also can read through it if it's nice or not. So as you can see, it is from this video, and it says like, hey, current video production costs over 13 unnecessary hours per video. If you remember the hook, that's exactly what I said as well. And then what I do is, so now we took the whole scripting, which took me before hours. So I went after, I was still working in 9 till 5 as Volkswagen, proper German. And then I came home and I was like scripting every day for like 2 hours after work. So I had, for the weekend, I had the video I could film, and then the next day I could edit, and then yeah, the whole thing going over. And as I told you, it was such a pain for me. So now I took the 4 hours or even more out of it. So yeah, we saved another 4 hours, because now it's following our words, and it's now, I'm still not yapping. And we can also use afterwards actually AI to, hey, these are my bullet points. Did I miss anything? And then, okay, you know what? I'm going to implement this in my bullet points as well. Good thing. I kind of missed it while I was yapping. But yeah, now my voice way faster. I can speak freely. So I don't understand anyone who is scripting as a business owner. I don't understand. If you're just a creator, okay, fine, do it. But as a business owner, no, don't see it happening. And then small bonus points. So as you can see, I'm creating all these slides because it also helps with then the viewer fatigue. Because like, hey, if you're just looking at my face, if I would pull up this, you might get bored. It's like the whole time just looking in my face, like, oh man, there's nothing happening. I mean, it's not bad, you know, seen worse, but yeah, it obviously helps having these things, having a small image of the examples there. So it helps obviously. And so what I did was using now Gemini Canvas. I did this first all by myself with Canva. I had my bullet points, but then I was always like just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. I tried the Canva connector on ChatGPT, but for some reason it always failed. And then also when when it worked, it was still not what I wanted to, like how I wanted it created completely different, the bullet points, not how I liked it. Yeah, so thankfully Gemini Canvas exists. So yeah, I use now Gemini Canvas. I use then a quick prompt as well. I'm going to show you. So I use all the bullet points from NotebookLM, feed it to Gemini so that it's going to use these. And I can also say like, hey, please use this color, this font, this size. So it has all these things. So all I need to do is just pull it in my background, and that's pretty much it. And if I need to add screenshots because I'm talking about something specifically, like for example, hey, here's Gemini Canvas, here's NotebookLM. Obviously, this is something that Gemini doesn't have access to, or if I'm showing any examples from customer results, stuff like that. But yeah, before, probably took me like 20 minutes, I assume. And now like, I just plug in the prompt, and it spits out like with a small waiting time of like maybe 3 minutes. So here's then the prompt. Take another screenshot of it. So it's like create Google Slides presentation from this content, the bullet points, which I'm gonna always put underneath. Settings, white text, title font size 55, and then the bullet point font size should be 35. The font family, Montserrat, I just think it looks the most basic and classic one. So no background, just a plain navy background, because I also want to have it like the perfect contrast with the color. Not that it's gonna, you can also for you maybe just say a plain black background as well, whatever your background is gonna be. And in the future, we actually just change a little bit of our colors, so we're gonna have a lighter color in the future again. Yeah, and that is then pretty much how it's gonna look like then in Gemini in the canvas mode then as well. So then it creates me this, as you can see, it looks a little bit different, the front page, like than the rest, like the blue looks a little bit different than what you're seeing right now, but I can just then do a bulk edit of throwing then my background in there. So now from like 30 minutes or 20 minutes, I saved of this bonus 5 minutes only it takes me, so 25 minutes again saved. You don't need to do this, but I like to do this. But let's go then to the next one, which is then the opposite, is like would be the editing. And this one was with scripting the biggest time eater. So don't get me wrong, like when I started, editing is cool. Like, okay, it takes a long time curve and it is artsy, so I could like play around with things. It was pretty cool, but yeah, then I started obviously making this as a business, and it took always the longest. And yeah, now if I need to spend 4, 6, 8 hours on a video where I cannot talk to customers, build products, be in my community, do another video, you know, it's like 8 hours. It's like now multiply this by every week, it's like, damn, how many days are you wasting? Like if you want to upload, I can tell you, yeah, you would waste 56 days, yeah, of a whole year. So the thing is actually now something I do is just live, because I learned to speak. I'm trying to work on my communication. I'm trying to get even better this year, and I'm doing lives because, as I told you, there's AI. People can now just use their AI avatar and clone themselves. But every time I see it's a AI avatar, I was like, this is not for me. I can't build trust with something fake, and we want something authentic, not something fake. Like we still humans, we're looking for the connection. So yeah, that's why. And that's why I'm saying all this editing, most of the times it's too much. And I have also 2 proofs for you. But something which bothers me a lot is, maybe you notice as well, you're having like these sound effects in videos like and ka-ching and bloop and whatever. It's really annoying. Sometimes it really takes me out of the video. So a simple framework you can tell to yourself is like, if it's not helping the learning effect, it's just noise. And to show you that all this boring stuff is actually, yeah, working so well, here are 2 examples. So this is William Brown. He is also in the business side, and he was a comment, I think it was one of the first comments already. This video style is the best. No editing, just raw and uncut talking head. I think people are getting tired of edited videos. We just want authenticity. Last word, authenticity. Especially like in business and education, like it's not an action movie. It's not a Mr. Beast production. So keep it cool. Like this guy, he's just sitting there having his drink in his hand because it helps him to focus, and that's it. And here's another example. He's a communicator. And the comment was, there's something refreshingly hypnotizing about listening to someone talk without any cut in the video. Hopefully you're not hypnotized by now. But yeah, this just shows me like people want the raw, authentic stuff. I mean, I understand I still watch most of the videos in 2 times speed, but I don't need all the cuts, and if it's sometimes like more natural, I think that's, yeah, it's a huge winning point. By the way, this video had 300,000 views, so it must work. Also, he's a communicator. Very good video, by the way. So now we took the 6 hours of editing, 0. Like, how much time do you think this person had, the editor had to do on the videos, on these 2 videos I showed you? It's like, okay, beginning, end, a little bit of color, a little bit of better audio, and we're done. So like in 30 minutes, like, yeah, your file is done. I'm just uploading on YouTube. Like even that. And now also think about your time. Like as I said, like the 8 hours, like 6 hours. You pay someone on Fiverr like even like $200. It is okay quality. Like I even told you, like you don't need all that stuff. You can even make it less. Like keep it very simple. It's even gonna be better for your wallet as well. But now in like even you, if you're gonna try, or even your team, how much time you gonna pretty much spend on that while your team could do other things? And that's why I just think like it's such a low ROI. Don't do it. And then last but not least is also then the uploading. So always try to automate the boring stuff. So as I said with the scripting, try to take the boring stuff, the stuff that you don't like, try to minimize it or change it or just take it out at all if possible. So we talked to some of our clients' assistants, the social media assistant, and she told us like, yeah, it takes me like 30 till 45 minutes to upload a video because I need to create the description. Obviously she's using AI, but it still took her that time, like, and then manually checking all the chapters. I was like, what? 30 to 45 minutes? I had my SOP, so I was like, I'm gonna build an automation. So that's what I do. It starts everything with a simple Google Sheet. It creates all the links you see in every video of down here. It creates automatically, so I don't need to jump between platforms, create an UTM parameter link, so like manual trackable link for every video like twice. Don't need to copy it in there. It's all done automatically. Then you see ChatGPT is in the loop creating the description like for same all the other videos, and then it just spits it out on YouTube. So, and you can see here duration 5 seconds. 5 seconds compared to 35 till 30 till 45 minutes. Obviously I need to open the platform and but yeah, you get it. So I still, you know, it's AI, still double check the chapters, the timestamps, that everything is really okay. There's still always room for error. And just one advice for you as well, avoid long paragraphs in description. If people are gonna open it's like it's this huge wall of text, people say, oh geez, close. And also they won't search for the link that you mentioned. Like if you're having 50 links there because there's your Instagram, there's your LinkedIn, and there's a picture of you and your dog and whatever, people don't care. Just give them what they want. That's why we also always have up to just 2 links. So one is our landing page, the other one can be eitherwise our school community or a lead magnet. But usually our school community is where we have all our school community is usually where we have all the lead magnets as well. So no need of like creating 3, 4, 5 different links. No. And then a small advice to you, like some people still obsess over like SEO too much. I only use it for the first chapter. So many people just like intro. Okay, cool. You pretty much wasted the one opportunity where I use SEO, because if you're gonna, for example, this video gonna have probably the first chapter is like how to use AI for content, something like this, because it's gonna be shown in search as well. So if you're gonna, next time you're gonna be on search, I forgot to put a screenshot in there, but you see like, you see the chapters and it says like intro, and then it said maybe a chapter which could fit there. And that's the only time I actually go full hardcore for SEO. The rest is like, everything is humanized. And last but not least, tags. Tags are so unnecessary. I still throw them in there because, hey, I have an automation like 5 seconds and it cost me 0.1 cents to create the tag through ChatGPT, so why not? And here was just a video. It's 7 years ago that they said they myth busted that tags are important. They said, no, don't focus on this. Focus on the content, focus on the title and thumbnail that people click and enjoy your video. Or not tags. Like, it's so unnecessary. We can see the chapters. I have a screenshot. So here, as you can see, it says intro and what matters most. Like, just put in here. Are tags important? Like, obviously, it's a very old YouTube title. They don't care about creating. It's almost like created inside its YouTube itself. But here, intro. You can already put like the first, like super SEO one, and then the normal title is like superhuman emotions. Like, oh wow, that speaks to my pain. I have to click. And yeah, that's why. So everyone's telling you, focus on SEO. Well, this person is living 7 years ago in the past. What else, what other outdated device do they have? And now, from 30 minutes, let's say 5 minutes because I double check everything. Still 25 minutes saved. Now, to sum it up, to really prove to you, we had the idea. So from 1.5 hours to 5 minutes, we had the thumbnails from 1.5 to 45 minutes because we still need to do the production. I like to take still control of this myself because it's so important. Title from 30 to 5 minutes. We have the hook 30 to 10 minutes and scripting from 4 hours to 15. I think I'm gonna be in the way from slides. It's a bonus, but hey, 5 minutes. Editing 0, so we're saving 6 hours, amazing. And then uploading from 30 minutes, like this assistant said, to 5 minutes. And now we spent before 15 minutes. That's what I have in experience when I was doing my content, and I also checked what I can find on the internet. That was the average data I found, and now to 90 minutes. Time saved, 13 hours. Time is the most precious resource we have as business owners inside your team. So follow this workflow, talk to us so we can help you implementing these steps. And to start, obviously, with the first thing, start with the idea. I told you I have this full video where I walk through this Perplexity training on how to get the calendar, as I showed you. It's the next video. I'm gonna walk you through the 5 steps you need to do to get the first 12 videos starting, and it tells you what is top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel, what has potential to go viral, etc. So watch this next, and thank you for watching.